Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Cook Like a Joe. Today I decided I'm going to show you something super simple. I love making pasta, so I thought why not do a simple yet flavor-packed pasta dish that you can make at home. It's a no-fail recipe, and you should be able to find the ingredients. So we got, obviously, basil. We got tomatoes. I like to use multicolored grape tomatoes. We got garlic going on. We basically have like the Italian trinity of ingredients here, okay? So first thing we're going to do is we are going to take our grape tomatoes and we're just going to cut them in half. Really simple. All right. Got a couple running away on me there. They're like, no, don't chop me up. But we're going to chop them anyway. All right. We're going to move on to the basil. No, trick myself. Go to the garlic. We're just going to put the knife on there and then just push down as hard as you can. We're just going to crush it. It'll release the skin and it'll also start releasing those oils in the garlic. So we're going to do that for the other ones here. And now just give them like a super rough chop. Watch your fingers. Make sure you use a sharp knife. That's all we need right there. All right, next we're going to do the basil. So what we want to do is you just want to take it in a handful and just squeeze the living heck out of it. What that's going to do, it's going to release the oils. I'm just going to tape it, give that a rough chop too, okay? There we go. Yeah, look at that. All right, get it in there. Okay, sweet, voila. There we go. We got our ingredients. Hit a pan with some olive oil, bring it up to like a low-medium heat. Throw your garlic in there. Try and make sure your pan's a little bit hotter. You want some sizzle in that garlic. There we go. God, I love editing. Okay, so we're just going to put a bit of a cook onto that garlic here. We don't want to get it too brown here. What I just threw in there was a little bit of sun-dried tomato olive oil. It's just going to add that little kick of tomato flavor. Perfect. There we go. Got a nice sear on those tomatoes. Now we're cooking. All right, we're just going to sweat those down. Let's give it a little bit of a swirl there. Especially with this type of pan and with anyone at home, try not to lift your pan off the burner too much. Let the heat do the cooking. Let the food just sit on the pan, all right? We're just going to watch that and let those tomatoes sweat down a little bit. Make sure we're not burning our garlic. Give that another toss. Wait another couple minutes. All right, there we go. What we're doing here is we're just adding a little bit of pasta water. So you should have yourself your pasta going. I have it behind me on a burner there. Spaghetti, linguini, those are kind of the go-tos that I like to use. All right, so we got that pasta water. What we're doing is the starch from that pasta water is actually going to start to thicken up with those tomatoes and that garlic, and it's almost going to kind of make a little bit of sauce naturally just from those sweating down tomatoes that we got in our pan, okay? So we're going to cover that. We want to keep some of the moisture in there. Perfect, all right, and just let that sit for a minute. Now, this kind of be a good time, like I usually do, and grab yourself a pint or a glass of wine. And just take the lid off now that we got those sweat down on the tomatoes. We're going to add the basil at this point because, especially when working with fresh herbs, you want to bring those flavors out, but you don't want to cook the heck out of a fresh herb. It's kind of not the right idea. You want to keep its structure. You want to keep its flavor in there. All right, so we got that reduced. As we can see, those tomatoes are sweated down. We kind of have that nice little sauce in there from that pasta water. You can smell a ton of olive oil and garlic and delicious tomatoes coming off this pan right now. Trust me, when you make this, it's going to smell amazing. Throw your pasta in there, okay? Make sure you don't rinse your pasta in the water. Just take it straight out of the pan and into a strainer. Then add yourself a little bit of fresh cracked pepper, a little bit of salt in there. All right. And then for that nice velvety finish, a little bit of added texture and dimension, add a nice daub of butter. It's probably about 15 grams, half an ounce of butter into that pan. That's all you're going to need. And then just give that a mix. Let that butter start to melt in there. There we go. Now you can do some toss action. Show your chef skills there if you'd like to. All right. Grab yourself a plate, nice simple plate. Grab the pasta in your tongs, get it twirled around that tong. Pasta doesn't have to be fancy. It isn't fancy. It's rustic. Get a twirl, get it in the center of the plate, and just pour all that goodness over top. There we go. And at this point in time, you can't hear it, but that thing is beeping. So we're going to turn that off in a second here. What we are doing now is just some fresh basil. There we go, turned it off. Some fresh basil and just garnish the top. Boom. There you go. What? 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. You got a delicious tomato, basil, and garlic pasta. Add a little bit of cheese, some Parmesan, some Asiago, whatever you like. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really helped me out, and we'll see you later. And there we go, our finished product. Oh, and if you want to be notified, hit that bell and it'll notify you in my next show.